Okay. I don't know exactly when our sunrise is going to come up. I'm guessing it's going to be around 8 o'clock. In other words, about 10 minutes. Now it could be that it's up already, but it's on the other side of the berm and everything there. Anyway, we are going to get a sunrise this morning, as near as I can tell. And let me lick the end of my finger here. Okay. Now about these things here, I think now that I've read the comments from everybody that they are supposed to be bent at 90 degrees and then stuck on, and as near as I can tell from photographs, or not, well, yeah, photographs of model parts that other people have done, and thanks for putting me onto those, by the way. It appears that they are part of a hinge. I guess something was supposed to fold up on the back of these things, but I'm still not going to put them on. They're just too small. I don't want to waste a lot of time here. Yeah, if I look at the picture here, and I now that I sort of know how they're supposed to go on, I can kind of see. Oh yeah. However, like I say, they're just too delicate for me. One tiny drop of CA glue would completely smother one of those. Now, I know I could probably maybe use some other kind of glue, but it's just not worth the hassle, and I don't want to even talk about it anymore. Let's continue on here and get our parts for our 7 anti-aircraft guns, and try and be a little bit more productive today. As one of the viewers mentioned, I forget exactly how he put it, but you gotta have your mojo when you're doing this. Well, I gotta get my mojo going here, and yeah, get at it. Otherwise, we're gonna just stay in step 68. Just a very quick update here on our rabbits. When I went to bed last night, there was hardly any carrots left, but there was a few. When I woke up this morning, there was none. I put out fresh carrots, and I tapped the dish on the cement pad. That's the call to let the rabbits know there's fresh carrots. I was wondering, how long did it take before a rabbit came by? Well, it came running up, or maybe I should say hopping up, about 12 minutes later. I'd like to think it was because I called it, but in all likelihood it would have come by anyway. Well, our sun has rose, and okay, it appears that we have enough parts on each one of these sprues to make 2 complete guns, and it looks to me like all the parts we need are on the top 2/3 of this. In other words, we take all the parts except for what is in this bottom section right here. So that's going to make it fairly simple. I'm just going to go ahead and nip off some parts here, and we won't waste too much time doing close-ups of that on camera, although I kind of get a kick out of doing it. Oh, you probably can't see it too good, but right now we got the improved bird feeder in the monitor here, and we're keeping an eye on that. Yeah, some of you may have seen the update last night on that. I'll just run it again and later anyway. It's very, very short. Not everybody has seen it. If you've seen it, well, you know how to do the fast forward thing. In the meantime, let's go ahead and get some parts here. I'll just recompose. Now let's be careful not to nip off anything that we're going to need here, like positioning pins. Alright, now this one's going to be a little bit more difficult. Well, okay. We know we don't need this. I'll get this one later. Sorry that I'm getting my fingers in the way there. Okay, now this one here probably be easier to trim from the other side maybe, so I'm just going to take it off right here. Okay. Now, is there anything else here on the top? I don't see anything. Okay, now the rest. All right. This is the elevation gear. I know I've mentioned this before, but it's worth mentioning again. Okay, I'm going to just turn this around here now. All right. But the older I get, the harder it is to pick up small stuff. Now, okay. Now this would be for the base, I guess. And we'll trim those two up later. Now, as far as I can tell here, we have all the pieces to make up 2 complete guns. I don't think I've missed anything here. Now, I'm just looking at my parts here, and clearly we're missing something. We're missing the main part of it, the 18. Now that's 18, not 81. So obviously I have cut those off at an earlier time, maybe well over a year ago now, for some reason. So I've got to go looking for those. Yeah, they've got to be somewhere. Can anybody remember me doing this? I don't remember this. Well, that's not 100% true. I sort of remember. Okay, here's our 18s. Already nipped for us. I might have even trimmed them, but I don't think so. Okay, let's continue on here. And there's gun barrels and blast bags. You know what? This is that stuff that Tony sent us. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, he sent us an upgrade kit with propellers and metal barrels and the blast bags. I remember now being really happy about getting the blast bags because they were going to. Let me just move things here. Yeah, it goes like that. That's gonna look good. Yeah. Well, I'm sure I thanked you, Tony, but thanks again. Okay, it is slowly coming back to me now. We are not going to need these. Reason being is because this stuff that Tony sent us, excuse me, I did remember the propellers. And I sort of remembered the metal barrels. I would have remembered them when it came to putting them on. But, yeah, this I can't fight my way into a paper bag here. All right. Well, if I got this open once, I must be able to get it open again. Oh, here we go. You know, Trumpeter should have supplied instructions as to how to get into their package. Well, we'll get it open. Anyway, the idea is there is enough parts here that we can replace these with guns that have metal barrels. And I remember now Tony sent these drill bits along because he knew I didn't have these yet, and he was saying something about that this I think this has to be drilled out just a little bit more or something like that. At least I think that's what this is all about. We'll find out when we get to it. Yeah, we're going to have something that's going to be just a little bit more detailed. I'll move in on these barrels here. You can't see it from back where you are, but the end is kind of flared. So yeah, I'll just move in. All right, I did get the package open, by the way. And it does have all the parts there. I haven't lost anything. So you can notice on the end of this small barrel here, it's kind of flared. And I did know why those barrels were flared like that, but I've forgotten. I used to think it had something to do with it helped with the kick, but I think maybe it has more of it. It helps with the back blast, if you know what I mean, from the outside. Now, I could be wrong about that. It's definitely not a silencer. All right. Yeah, these barrels have it as well. Okay, I'm going to go ahead now and get all the other parts nipped off, and then see if we have time today to assemble at least one of these guns. Not the big one. We'll save them for later. Now, I could be wrong about this, but I think that the smaller birds, like the sparrows and what have you, did not seem to be liking the black oil sunflower seeds. I think the blue jay went for them, but not the little what I call songbirds. Yeah, so I ordered another bird feeder. It came today, and you can see what I did here. And I've got the small seeds in the one, and then eventually there will be only the black oil seeds in the other. At least that's the plan. And it's going to be interesting to see which one of those two feeders our blue jay goes for, and which one the little birds go for. Yeah, well, I guess we'll soon know, because I'm going to have a camera on it. Okay, we have most, in fact all, of the gun parts off of our G sprue. The only part left on the G sprue right now is this number 15, and I think I may as well just take it off and put it in a test tube or something. Seems to me I've already got something almost exactly like it in the test tube already, so it's possible that it's the same one, but I don't think so. We'll check it out. Well, I found the part I was thinking of. It's very similar. It's an A56. Okay, let's get another test tube here. Okay, we are slowly getting there. Not near as fast as I would like, but that's my fault. I keep getting sidetracked. Okay, we can just add this with our other collection of test tubes with little parts that we want to put in near the end. And if you remember, the reason we're keeping a lot of these is because, to the end, is because it'd be too easy to accidentally break them off. Now, remember I was saying something about the only thing left on the G sprue was these little parts here, or these ones rather. Well, that wasn't 100% true. Apparently, when we were doing these locker boxes here, we only needed 7, and because there was, you know, four sprues, well, we ended up with 8. But like I say, we only needed 7. And okay, now we have all the parts off. Now we're not going to need this. I don't know why I'm going to keep it. Maybe just sentiment. Yeah, I'm not going to put it together or anything and just hang on to it for a while. It might end up being part of the sprue pen. Who knows? If we ever turn it, that is. Okay. We're done with these. That's almost sad. It seems to me I said something like that when we got rid of, what was it, the A sprue? Yeah, so it's sort of a funny feeling. Okay, I think we have all the pieces necessary to make up one complete gun here. And this piece right here and the 2 metal barrels are from Tony's upgrade kit. And alright, now this base plate here, that actually would go the other way because this is upside down. Now I should have done a dry run here. Oh, it's the same on both sides. Okay, well, I guess I'd use the side visible that has the rivets most predominant. Alright, that's supposed to go like that. Now, this piece here, it goes this way up. And this has to be mounted on the bottom of it. I'm just wondering if I should use a variation of the helping hands here. And this has to go on the bottom. Let's see. Something like this. Yeah, it's got to go something like that. I'm going to mount this in maybe in these rubber tweezers here. And that way we can once again let gravity be our friend here when we put this together. I think we can just go ahead and make this part up. Okay, this is what I've set up. And time is getting on here, as you can see. And a moment ago I broke the wing off of my glasses, so I got to CA that back on. We haven't talked about the special knife yet. I may have to leave that for tomorrow now. I know there's a lot of you really excited about what was this for. Now, we're going to do a dry run here. We will put the macro lens on when we actually do the actual gluing. These ones here are just a little bit stronger than those. Yeah, I think this is going to work. There's a little notch in that that's supposed to go into something, but what is it supposed to go into? I wonder if maybe it was... I don't know, somehow this doesn't fit the way I would have thought it should. It is going to work, unless I keep dropping it. Yeah, I wonder why that little notch is there. You know what, let's take a look at these here. Okay, so it would mount on the bottom. Now there's nothing different on the bottom of these than that isn't right here either. They're almost identical. In fact, except for the fact that the barrel's cut off, they are identical. Yeah, I can see where that'll fit. We'll get some CA on there, and then drop it down into the CA, and it'll just stick there until it cures. Okay, let's get the macro lens on here and see if we can do that yet. As I say, time is marching on here. Now, I don't think it's supposed to go in this slot. I had it in the tweezers and I dropped it. Okay, now. As near as I can tell, that's the way it's supposed to go. Maybe it should be just a little bit straighter. That's about as good as I can get it. I'm just going to let that cure like that, and then I'll come in from the sides and reinforce it a little bit. Now this is another one of those things that I don't know if we're going to actually see it once it's mounted in the gun. And just for perspective here, just for perspective. Okay, a little bit of time has passed here now. I think we can probably reinforce this. Oh, it's a little bit soft. I want to be careful. I know you can't see it on the other side here. Well, I think that's going to be okay. Well, I think what I'm going to have to do here is shoot a little video on this later this afternoon or maybe this evening and insert it in tomorrow's episode. And I realize it's going to have absolutely nothing to do with the model ship. But as I've indicated in the description, it's just sort of like the story of my life or a video log or something like that. And it's sort of, you know, done around the model ship. I think the model ship takes in by far the most of it, but I know there's a lot of crazy stuff goes on like this. A lot of people don't like it. I've had viewers actually tell me that, and they've quit watching. Other viewers, they kind of like it when I insert crazy stuff in. Anyway, I'm going to have to wait for this to dry before I start handling it. It's probably still a little bit soft. I don't want to test it yet. And then we'll get these little gun barrels glued in place, and we'll just do the best we can here. Thanks for watching, everybody, and all being well, we'll see you tomorrow.